And on this model, when you follow this ductus deferens around the back, there it is. There's a swell right there. That's the ampulla of the ductus deferens. These little glands here, these are the seminal vesicles. Just like, this one is here. You don't see one of them though, seminal vesicle there. And on the model over here that I'll tell you about, these little white things here are the ductus deferens coming around the back side of the urinary bladder. And these are the seminal vesicles on this model. Okay. When this ampulla joins the duct from the seminal vesicle, it forms a vessel that goes through the prostate. Here's the prostate gland here. There's the prostate gland there. And on this model, when you wiggle it apart, here's the prostate gland right there. So take it off. You can still see it. You can see the ductus deferens. There's the ampulla. There's the seminal vesicle. They're coming together. And you only see part of the ejaculatory duct as it goes through the prostate. You only see part of it right there. But there's the prostate, and that's the ejaculatory duct. So when the ductus deferens duct joins the duct coming from the seminal vesicle, they form one duct that goes through this prostate called the ejaculatory duct, which again you can see easily on here. There it is right there. Going to the prostate. Now it's going to join onto the prostatic urethra. The urethra, which leaves the urinary bladder, carrying urine, goes through the prostate. So the ejaculatory duct joins to that prostatic urethra. Now when it goes down, it's going to go through a diaphragm here called the urogenital diaphragm. That's where your membranous urethra is going to be, but you can't see it on this model. Then you come down, and here is the bulbourethral gland there. Bulbo, for the bulb of the penis, the base is called the bulb, and urethral because of the urethra. That's your third gland. This urethra is called a spongy urethra because it's in the bottom cylinder of the penis there. There are 3 cylinders. Remember, the bottom is called the corpus spongiosum, and it has that urethra going right through the middle of it. And then you have 2 cylinders, which here's one here. There's 2 of them. The corpus cavernosa, which are on top. Those are the ones that are going to fill with blood. So I drew that picture here. These are the 2 corpus cavernosa. They're called corpora cavernosa, plural. And there's your corpus spongiosum down here. Those are the deep arteries that will fill these 2 cylinders with blood for an erection. And down here, there's the spongy urethra going through the middle of the corpus spongiosum. So you can see that on the board. You can see that on the model too. And you look at this, you can see the top 2 cylinders, corpora cavernosa, and you can see the corpus spongiosum there. And when you get it back together, we took it off. You can see we have it off right here. 2 corpora cavernosa on top and the spongiosum on the bottom. That's how this plugged in. Okay. The spermatic cord, I had to go ahead and list the items there. This is the best model you can see it on. You can see most of it on. Because of those items that are listed there, you know that the ductus deferens comes off this epididymis. So that's part of the spermatic cord. You can see red and blue vessels, testicular arteries and veins. You can see that. You can't see the autonomic nerves, but they're in there. You can't see the lymphatics, but they're in there. And what surrounds all this is on this side is the cremaster muscle, or it's part of the internal oblique muscle that covers the testicle and all these vessels that are going to and from the testicle. And so it makes a nice spermatic cord made up of 6 things there. So on your list, it says spermatic cord, so it doesn't list everything. So you need to look it up, or you have it right here on the board. Semen, I gave you the composition of semen. has sperm, which is about 5%. Remember that? Seminal vesicle fluid, about 60%, which was high in fructose and it's slightly alkaline. Prostatic fluid, which is really alkaline, even though it has citric acid in there for bulk, instead of 30%. And the bulbal urethral is about 5% of the volume of semen, and it was also alkaline, some mucousy content to it for lubrication, and so it buffers and lubricates the urethra and for sexual intercourse. I gave you all the components of semen there, which is the bottom of your list.
What is the percentage of vulva?
About 5%. Got the male penis here, or there's the penis there. And the second order is glands. Yeah, the head of the penis is called the glans. It's called the glans. And it's right here, but this one's covered with the prepuce, the foreskin on top of the glans. This one, we paid 10 more bucks and got it circumcised. And so, yeah. So I didn't have a prepuce on this one. This one is circumcised. External urethral orifice is just the end of the urethra. You know where the internal urethral orifice is, right? It's where the urethra leaves the urinary bladder. And the external urethral orifice is at the other end, where urine comes out. So, the internal and external urethral orifice. Where I talked about your cavernosa and stuff. Yes.
What is orifice?
Orifice? Opening.
Opening.
Okay. When you open this, again, it's got pins. Be careful, okay? You don't want to break things. You can see the navicular fossa here. And the glands, or the spongy urethra swells in the glands, and that's the navicular fossa. You can see it right there too. Really easy to see on this model. Gonads. Well, male gonads are testes, female gonads are ovaries. And the gonads make the gametes, the sex cells. And the male sex cells are sperm, and the females are eggs, or ova. Okay, anybody have any questions? That's kind of a whirlwind through this model to get you started. I mean, these are good models. You just gotta be careful, you know. Don't tear them up. The acrosome on the cap, on the acrosome cap, and it has this enzyme hyaluronidase in it, which will digest its way through the hyaluronic acid around an egg. That's how it fertilizes the egg. Once it gets through, the membrane pops up and no more sperm can get through. The enzyme doesn't work anymore. Any questions? I don't think I have any other drawings up here. That's all I had time to do. Let's see.
What did you show from this one?
Who is this one? Well, besides the urinary, it shows the ductus vas deferens here, the ductus deferens, seminal vesicles, prostate. That's about it for the reproductive.
Thank you.